So if you're thinking of moving to South Florida, there's going to be some things you're going to want to know. Now, after living here in South Florida with my family for over 16 years, there's definitely some things that I wish that I knew about before I moved here, and we're going to talk about those today in this video. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Living in Fort Lauderdale. My name's Rob Zeoli. I am a real estate agent right down here in South Florida, and if you're looking for a channel that's going to show you what it's like to move to live, to play, and to buy real estate here in South Florida, then this is absolutely the channel for you. So don't forget to subscribe to it and tap the notifications down below to be notified anytime I go ahead and make a new video. And also, we're getting calls from people all over the country looking to move here. So if that is you and you have any plans on relocating here or just want to get some information, hit me up anytime. All my information is down below in the description, and I'd be happy to show you around town and help you make it a smooth transition with all your moves to South Florida. So without further ado, let's dive right into today's topic. All right, so the first thing you're definitely going to want to know about South Florida is all the things there is to do. Now, people usually, when they hear about Fort Lauderdale or Miami, they think spring break, or they think South Beach. And if that's your thing, we got you covered down here. That's plenty of that going on, but there's so much more than just that. The salt life, the water, people that are into boating and fishing and everything that comes with that, living that salt life, is also a huge part of living down here in South Florida. There's also tons and tons of different parks everywhere throughout all the different cities here in South Florida. So a lot of these parks include the nature type parks. So Flamingo Park is one, Holiday Park by the Everglades is another, Hugh Taylor Birch State Park is another one. So these parks really cater to the wildlife here in South Florida. So you get to see gators and all different types of birds and wildlife. So just tons and tons of different things to do. Also, a lot of sports teams. So if you're into sports, we have 3 professional teams right down here in South Florida. So you got the Miami Heat, the basketball team, the Florida Marlins, the Miami Dolphins, also the Florida Panthers, I think that's 4, the hockey team, which is right here in Sunrise. So also you have that option as far as going to sports and rooting for your local sports team, or if you're coming here from someplace else, you get to see them play against the local Florida team. So just tons and tons of things to do here in South Florida, not only just the beach. Now, the second thing you're going to want to know is that most people that are here in Florida at this time are not actually from here. They're not actually homegrown Floridians. So Florida has the second fewest native residents of any other state. I think it's about 2/3 of the people that actually live here in Florida are not from here or are not born here, just like me. I'm from New York, so I fit that category as well. Now, with the population just exploding here in the state of Florida, we have about 1 million visitors per year that come down here and visit. Also, we have about 1,000 people per day moving to the state of Florida. So those numbers are only getting worse. More people coming from other states, and it's becoming a very rare occurrence to actually meet someone who's a homegrown Floridian. So that's definitely something you're going to want to know. Now, the third thing that you're going to want to know is it's kind of difficult to meet new friends here in South Florida. So this is not something that I've ever really thought about, but definitely from people that I've talked to and people that I've helped move here, they say that it's kind of hard to really meet new friends and form friendships. Now, we've helped people move here from New York, Chicago, California, the Midwest, New Jersey, and they've all, or not all, but a lot of them have said that it's harder to meet friends down here in South Florida than it is than any of those other different places. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Now, I think part of the reason for this is Florida is very, very culturally diverse. And a lot of people, like we mentioned before, are coming here from other places. So it's a very transient state, really. Again, not a lot of people from here, a lot of people moving from other areas, other states. So definitely, in my opinion, is one of the reasons why it's a little bit harder to make friends here in Florida than it might be in some other states. So the fourth thing you're going to want to know about Florida is the weather. So obviously we're called the Sunshine State, but I did not even realize this. They're saying that Florida only has 237 sunny days throughout the year, and that's something I don't know if I agree with. I have to really look into that because I never noticed that. But we do have a pronounced rainy season, hurricane season from June through November. The rest of the year, when it's not summer and it's not really, really hot, we have absolutely gorgeous weather. Our winters is when a lot of people come here. But another thing is that Florida is actually the lightning capital of the United States. So we have more lightning strikes, apparently, here in the state of Florida per square mile or kilometer or whatever how they gauge that than any other place in the United States. So definitely something you need to keep in mind. I never thought about it. A lot of times when you're out at some of the parks at night, or whenever we have a storm coming in, you'll hear the sirens go off, but it's because of the lightning strike. So definitely something you want to keep in mind and something you should know about moving anywhere in the state of Florida. Now, the fifth thing you're going to want to know, and this is another huge question and a very common question, is about new construction. So we do not have very much new construction going on here in South Florida, and we're always getting asked, and a lot of times people have a criteria that they want a newer or a new house, and we just simply do not have the land for new construction. I think 1%, I think that's the number, 1% of all the available land left in Southeast Florida, or at least the Miami, Fort Lauderdale metro area, which is like Miami, Broward, and Palm Beach County. 1% of the available land, or only 1% of the available land, is zoned for residential use. So not much land. There's some agricultural and golf courses, which is becoming kind of common, where developers are taking over that type of land and rezoning it and building on there. There's some areas in Broward County, maybe Davie, where there's just a couple of one-off projects going on, but maybe a couple of houses here. There might be a pot of 8. Parkland is another city where they still have some land where they're able to build kind of a new development or subdivision, and Palm Beach has the most land left that they're doing some building. One of the problems with that is that it's very expensive for this land for the developers, and it's very expensive to buy. And what they're doing in a lot of these projects, they're becoming luxury neighborhoods, so luxury subdivisions, because it has to be worth their while to go ahead with the development of these subdivisions. So a lot of them are luxury homes when they're done, and they're kind of out of the price point of a lot of people. But new construction and newer construction here in Southeast Florida is not typical. It's not like in some other areas like Colorado, Texas, where there's so much land that they can still develop. We're really out of land here in Southeast Florida, so a lot of the building that we're doing is going up vertically. So buildings, condos, and stuff like that. So not much new construction here in Southeast Florida. Now, the sixth thing you're going to want to know is that there's a huge variety of different areas and neighborhoods and subdivisions to choose from, and although they might look kind of similar, there's a drastic difference between all of them. Now, this is even more pronounced when it comes to like downtown Miami or Fort Lauderdale, and a lot of times when people think South Florida, or they hear Fort Lauderdale, Miami, like I mentioned earlier, they think right away of that downtown city type of lifestyle, and but there's so many other options that are so close to those areas, but they are drastically different. So you have to remember the Miami metro and Fort Lauderdale metro area really includes 3 counties, Miami-Dade County, all of Broward County, and Palm Beach County. And there are tons and tons of different cities, neighborhoods, suburbs, whatever you want to call them, in those 3 counties to choose from. They're kind of similar in a way, but they are drastically different. Just like living on the east side towards the beach, and the west side is a huge difference. You'll notice that kind of right away. So my suggestion to you is that if you're thinking of moving somewhere in this area, is to plan a trip down here and visit the area. So nothing like getting boots on the ground. There's only so much you can learn from doing online research or talking to a realtor like myself, because I speak to a lot of people that are reaching out that really don't know the area very much, and sometimes it's kind of difficult to really pin down an area that's good for them. So we go through It's really about lifestyle. You know, what kind of lifestyle do you want to lead? Schools, commute, all that stuff comes into play. So I would definitely plan a trip, come down here for a week or so. We can give you kind of a map of the different areas that meet your criteria, and that's really, really gonna go a long way in helping you decide where you're gonna wind up. And you know, I've seen it work both ways, where I was kind of pretty certain that an area that I thought would work with a family turned out that they didn't like it at all just by driving through it, and vice versa. So definitely I recommend planning a trip down here, because there's so many different options, whether it's the city type lifestyle, more walkable neighborhoods, or more of a suburban type area. So a lot of different choices, and drastically different depending on where you wind up. Now, the seventh thing you're going to want to know about moving to South Florida is the job market. So the economy and the job market is just exploding. Things are booming down here. It's gone a lot further than just what Florida was known for, which is really like hospitality and healthcare. A lot of different industries, a lot of different sectors are moving down here to the state of Florida. So some of the emerging industries coming down here is the financial industry, which is becoming really big in Palm Beach. So they're really calling that Wall Street South. A lot of financial firms are leaving the state of New York and relocating down here to Palm Beach. Now, the tech and crypto industries are just blowing up in Miami-Dade County. So this is really, really good news, and it's really good to see these industries being added to, you know, what is the typical healthcare and hospitality industries, which both of those are just blowing up at this time, with all the people visiting and all the people still moving here. Again, 1,000 people per day making the move and relocating here to the state of Florida. So that's it, guys. 7 things that you ought to know when moving to South Florida. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something from it. And again, if you have any questions or are planning a move down here to South Florida, I'd love to help you find that perfect place you might be thinking of moving to, or just want to go see. All you got to do is reach out. My information is all down on the description, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.